What's up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to another Warframe video. So in this one, we're going to be starting a new series, which is basically forgotten weapons, or weapons that never got a chance with the community. And in our first episode in this series, we'll be going over the Gunsen, which is currently the only Warfan in the game. So when this came out, it was basically at the peak of people like getting used to making Zaws, and I think the Grand Prime was coming out around that time. So people kind of just immediately overlooked this weapon. But actually, I got a riven for it the other day, and that made me like take a look at it. Actually, like, I hadn't looked at this thing for a while because I had just completely overlooked this thing. Just like, I'm like, forget it. Like, it's too close range, and it still is very close range. But this thing actually has some hidden properties that are extremely powerful and make it actually compete with the big dogs, in my opinion. It's not like anything that's Grand Prime level, like you're not going to be getting instant red crits or anything like that, but this thing actually has extremely good DPS on single targets. So we're going to be showing that today. I'm going to go over some of the details on why this thing is so strong, if you can get behind the low range. Because obviously, like I said, low range, it's not going to be a pole arm, not hitting the entire room with one hit. So as we see here, we have 16% critical chance, 2x multiplier. Not a great multiplier or crit chance, but usable. High stash chance at 28%. And we have mostly slash damage here. 40 slash damage, and then 6 puncture, and then 4 impact. So it's a pretty highly weighted slash status weapon, in my opinion, but with enough crit to make it viable with a condition overload blood rush hybrid build. Alright, so let's just quickly show the build we'll be using here. I will not be using a riven for anything in this video, even though I do have a riven that I'm pretty happy with. So this is the build we have, and you might see Gladiator Might and be like, whoa, why are you using Gladiator Might? Me personally, I felt like it needed a little bit more of an extra crit boost on the combo multiplier, and you could put Drifting Contact on here to keep your combo going more consistently. Maybe put it here. You do lose a lot of stash chance and damage, but when I was messing around, it seemed like this was the best build, and even though my combo does fall off quite often, honestly, it felt really nice at, like, because this is going to one-shot any enemy at like lower levels, and when you're fighting a higher level enemy, you will probably be removing their armor and just destroying them easily anyway. So yeah, keep that in mind. You can run Drifting Contact here if you want, but I personally did not find it super necessary. Also, my Riven mod has combo duration on it. That might be part of the reason I'm kind of biased on this one. But yeah, guys, let's quickly show why this is so good. So here we go. We have the combo for, or the stance for this thing. It's called Slicing Feathers. This is the only stance mod for this weapon in the entire game, and the reason that this thing is actually potentially really powerful is because the multipliers on these combos. I actually took this right from the wiki for Slicing Feathers, so not a lot of people realize this, and I didn't realize this until I checked the wiki page, but the E-spam combo, Razor Fin, so you hit melee, 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 it consists of 4 strikes, one of them's 100% damage, another for 150, and at the end of the combo, guys, there's 2 hits for 400% damage, and one of them has a guaranteed slash proc and a knockdown effect. So 400% for the easy to do combo, and it has a guaranteed slash proc. That's actually really powerful, especially when we're using condition overload and blood rush combined. So we're going to go over that. That's the main combo I use with this thing, is just melee, 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 melee. It's super easy to do. You don't need to hold down the mouse button. You don't need to like block any of that stuff. That's the main one I'm going to use, but the other combos have some decent buffs as well. So Scathing Plume, the one that I never use, that has a 300% damage buff at the end of it, and it has a Forced Impact proc. That's probably a bad thing to most people. And then it also has a 200%... Like, there's lots of multipliers in this thing, so I'm trying to say. Like, but the one that you want to use is you want to use Razor Fin and just spam E. Let's quickly show against these enemies here. So people didn't really give this a chance when it first came out, because, like, why would you? It's very short range. You're going to see that here. We have no corrosive projection equipped. I'm just spamming the melee button right now. Alright, see? That's a level 165 gunner. Or not gunner, bombard. Lost our combo immediately there. So as you see, like, it does like a spin kick, and then you fan yourself afterwards. The big downfall for this combo is the fan after the crazy damage. So, I mean, we have no corrosive protection, no armor removal. These guys are getting, like, chunked. That took, like, half his health bar away in one combo there, guys. So, yeah, I'd say it's a little bit underrated, to say the least. You could definitely throw Drifting Contact in here in place of one of those mons to keep your combo going, which would actually be very effective. So yeah, no damage buffs. The slash procs are like 7,000, almost 8,000 damage. So, pretty impressive. If we put a damage buff on them, they're gonna just like insta-die once we get the combo going. And like this is how you normally would play. You'd be using damage buffs, you'd be using like corrosive projection, things like of that nature. The slash proc ran off there. So yeah, I definitely think it's a lot better than people gave it credit for initially. Although, as you saw, the range there, we were literally just doing single target damage there, guys. That's going to be one of the big problems with this weapon. Let's actually go over some pros and cons. So, these are the initial pros and cons I thought of while using this thing. So, as pros go, the E-spam combo, or melee spam combo that I mentioned, I think it's called Scathing Plume or something like that. It's extremely good single target DPS. And this weapon is highly slash weighted, so you're getting those 400% damage multipliers on there. That can go into a slash proc that can just tear through an enemy. It's got good status chance and okay crit chance. So you can make a Condition Overload Blood Rush build viable, which is what we're using right now. As far as cons go, guys, we have terrible range, as you saw. It's literally going to be a single target weapon. You're not going to be hitting multiple guys with this. So if you are okay with that, this is something that you might want to check out. And then the strongest combo has a forced fanning animation at the end. Let's quickly just show that. Okay, so I mentioned I didn't really show it, so I'm going to push the melee spam combo. After the flip kick, there's a forced fanning animation. You cannot get out of this. And it animation locks you. So you're going to get that crazy damage, you need to sit through that animation lock of the fanning. That might be a downfall for a lot of people. I know that kind of hurt it for me a little bit. But the fact that you're going to just insta-kill whatever enemy's in front of you once you do it, maybe it will make it up for you. I don't know. For me personally, I think it's pretty good. And then going over the rest of the cons, we have the critical chance is not really high enough to get orange crits. I know like you don't need to get orange crits because yellow crits can be just well enough for like all levels. But me personally, I like to see orange crits. I like to see red crits. So the fact that it's not high enough without a kind of bad build on there is a bit of a bummer. And then bonus occasionally launches you forward during airborne slide attack. I can't really replicate this, and it's probably a bug, but there's times where you'll do a airborne slide attack with this thing, and it will just propel you forward, kind of like coptering back in the day. I've had a really hard time replicating it. It's happened to me, like, basically whenever I'm not recording, pretty much. But I can confirm that it is a thing that does happen. Usually is like when you have high attack speed from, like, Wisp or something, or from Volt, it will make it so you just, like, get catapulted forward. Like, if there was, like knocked out, or collision physics in this game, you would get like splattered against the wall because you're going that fast. So it happens with this weapon. I haven't had it happen with any other weapon, so keep that in mind. Now that we've gone over that stuff, let's quickly just show a Kuva Flood gameplay with Inaros. I decided that when I'm doing gameplay videos in the future, guys, I'll be using Inaros just because he doesn't really have any damage buffing. And when I play like Nova for a Kuva Flood mission, it can be a little bit distracting that everything's taking double damage from the Nova Prime buff. So, yeah. In the future, we'll just be using Inaros because you literally are going to have a hard time dying on Inaros. Let me just say that. I doubt I even go below 7,000 HP in this mission. Okay, so, yeah, this is going to be a Kuva Flood, level 80 to 90 enemies. There's Corpus, there are Grenier, and as you see, like, it takes like 2 hits to kill these guys. We're, like, not even using the combos right now. But these are Corpus, so they don't have any armor, they don't have any damage mitigation. The Corpus are more damage than health, in my opinion. And, yeah, that's like the Grenier are the opposite. The Grenier have a bunch of armor, which makes them really hard to kill most of the time. But they have less damage overall, I'd say. Here we go. So some of these guys take like 2 hits to kill. They're level 70, 80. And yeah, I mean, I can understand why people like don't really check this thing out. It comes from the stance for this comes from the Ghoul event, and nobody really likes to do the Ghoul event. At least in my experience, I haven't seen many people that enjoy the Ghoul event. I did the Ghoul event a couple times just to get the lore fragments, and the Stubba is actually pretty good. The Stubba comes from the Ghouls event as well, and that's a pretty powerful pistol in my opinion. Doesn't really need a riven. It's got good crit, got good status, slash base, kind of like this thing. So yeah, guys, we're looking for the Siphon currently. I actually do get the cat buff here, I believe, which makes me like rush forward. I'm like, ooh, where's the Siphon? I need the double Kuva. If you do Kuva missions often, you know that feeling. You're just like, oh god, time to blitz through the entire mission. So here we go. Took about like 3 combos to kill that Kuva Guardian with no combo multiplier. And the Kuva Guardians are basically immune to slash procs, so a big part of our damage is slash procs, so the fact that they're immune to it is kind of a bummer for us. And I actually don't have the entire gameplay for the mission in here, guys, because I'm literally only using the Gunsen on Inaros, so this isn't exactly be the fastest exterminate mission you've ever seen. So we do actually cut it off after the Siphon's dead, but we do kill a good amount of enemies here. Killed like a level 110 Tech Eximus there with the combo. It was pretty easy, honestly. But yeah, like, as you can see here, like, that guy was right next to that Jester as I was attacking him, and we only hit the Jester. So this thing is terrible. It's basically dagger range for a melee. So yeah, if you insist on using, like, Maiming Strike, room-clearing weapons, this is not going to be it for you. But if you are okay with using some, maybe less optimal stuff, like you're not killing the entire room with one hit, but you still get insane damage, this is definitely the weapon for you. And I've actually been using this thing a lot lately. After I got the Riven for it, it made it a lot more fun, because it's got combo duration on it, it's got Toxin, it's got damage. It has like about 1,200 damage when I put the Riven on there, and that's like gets multiplied by the crit, it gets multiplied by the 400% damage from Slicing Feathers. So yeah, it's actually really powerful, guys, and I can definitely recommend it to you. But that's going to be it for the video. Pretty straightforward. Didn't want to waste too much time with you guys here. I know you are busy, as always. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Just keep in mind, you can replace one of these mods with Drifting Contact if you would prefer. That will give you the 10 combo duration, which will let you keep your combo going, and let your Blood Rush be more consistent in the end. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.